We out in the streets, and I decided to hit the strip club today on a whim. And I think I'm gonna have to do some investigation into the strip club, and let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I'm gonna have to do some investigation into the strip club. Well, hold on. Let me get my title real quick. Set that up. All right. So I got Finessed in the strip club. Now these are the bands. I need some lotion. These are the bands that you get inside of the strip club. It's supposed to come like this, right? In your wands, right? So when you go to the strip club, usually you could take the 100. You know, you could take whatever the money, and you can go up to the bar and you can say, "Hey, give me two bands or 1,000 or whatever, 3,000 or $100, whatever it is that your budget is." You can go into the strip club and do that. So I go up, and of course, I go and get like a couple racks or whatever, and I'm like, I'm used to handling money. You know what I'm saying? I'm used to handling money. So it feels weird to me when I start playing with this a little bit. Now, this is $100, right? And it feels weird to me because I got like, a couple racks or whatever. And it feels weird. So if you look at this on a serial number, it tells you what time it was counted. And on all of these receipts, it says that, right? So if you look right there, right, it says, hold on, let me flip it. Before we get started with the show, let me flip it for y'all. So if you look right here, it says exactly what it is, right? It says at 2024, 1/4 was when this was put together, right? This is, I guess, the time that they got it from the bank at 12:40 a.m. military time, and it's in $100, right? $100. Now, when I had got it, it felt weird because it had so much give in this part. It had a lot of give in this part. But I ain't tripping about it, right? So, I'm in a good time being Santa Claus and, having a good time with the people and all of that or whatever. And then when I'm walking out, and I had told Rita, I said, listen, this feels weird. And she was like, you think so? I said, yeah. I said, but I'm not going to worry about it or whatever. So I walk out, get my car from the valet. My car is parked at the front of the valet, right? You worked in the account room and can tell the boy, yep, you already know, Messy. So I go, and I didn't spend a lot of money because them hoes was lazy tonight, right? So them hoes was extra lazy. And it's funny because then when I go up there and I get money, because when I just go like this, right? I'm hoodie down. Usually I'm out and about, but I got my watch on, but I never show it. It's usually under my hoodie or whatever. So, I usually go and get a couple bands and then I sit down. And most of the time when I go there, 9 times out of 10, we there in order to eat some good food. What did you order?
I had some, what do you call it? Chicken stir fry.
You had chicken stir fry. So she has chicken stir fry. I had my food. And if y'all don't know, like, they got the best food. Strip clubs got some of the best food, depending on which one you go to. So I'm not going to name this one because I'm going to have to do some investigation. But let me make this story quick, and then we're going to get into the rest of the show. So I'm walking out, and I'm like, I stopped by the bar. I just threw up like another $100. And then I stopped by the bar, and I'm like, yo, do you want me to trade these in, or I could just take them with me in order to take them to the bank? And they like, because I had a whole bunch of them, right? And they like, oh no, you could just take them and trade them in. We usually don't take them back or whatever because we don't know if anybody did anything, right? So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So we stopped by, and the way that Chase works is the ATMs that I could stop by, I can put 100 bills in at a time, at least 100 bills in at a time. And then it counts it and do it up. I said, Rita, I can look at these right now and tell you that every last one of them is short. Every last one of these are short. Every last one of these are short. Every one of them. I could feel it because I'm used to handling money. And so I know exactly when money is short, right? And so I said, watch this. I bust open a peel. I throw it inside of the ATM. and I'll redeposit it because I ain't even spent nowhere. I probably spent, I don't know, total because I had a booth. So the booth cost me some racks, some money, and then I spent money on food. They tried to finesse me on that, but I'm gonna talk about that shortly also. And then, I busted out every single one that I put inside of the ATM because it counted real quick, $90. Every single one of these bands was $90. Every one of them. And then it made sense. Why it had so much give, and why they didn't want to take the money back at the bar. Now I don't know who finessing. I don't know if it's the people at the bar, the bartender girls. I don't know if it's the person that did the count. I don't know if it's just the person that owned the strip club. But I know for a fact that every single one of them bands, and I deposited, I think, like $1,700 or $1,800, and you did it in stacks of 100. Every one of them was $90. So by default, just by me getting singles from the club itself, they already had stole like $200 from me. By default. Because if you get 2 racks, you automatically get them $200 because they shorted you. Every single one of them had $90 in it. They say the strip club charge a $10 fee. Where? Where that sign at?
That, right.
When that start happening? Because that ain't what they used to do before the pandemic.
And you can't just take people's money. Like,
facts. I can go to the bank and get
exactly
4,000 singles if I want to. That's all right because them hoes ain't getting none of that money anyway. But the fact of the matter is they finessed you without you knowing it. But here's the thing. Then when you get your bill, the girl stamp the receipt for your food, right? And I know to look out for this now because I'm the type of person I usually just give my card and you know what I'm saying or whatever. Or I just pay cash and then that'd be the end of it, right? But they print 2 receipts. So they put the master receipt and it's a little bit shorter. And then the longer receipt that actually show your charges is in the back of it and it's stamped. And if you look at it, the charges will be right, but the tip is already added in there. But the receipt is just long enough, it's stapled just long enough to where it'll show for you to add in whatever the additional tip is that you want to tip and the total. So you already being charged 18, 20% for your tip for whatever your food is. So our food, I think, was like $90 or $100. So then the tip was like, you know what I'm saying, an additional $18 to $20 or whatever it is. And if you're not looking, a lot of times you'll just sign it and add whatever the tip is, whatever the percentage that you would normally tip, or you would just pay the cash and throw the extra cash on top of that. So whoever the server is or whoever the girl that's going back and forth that's bringing us our food, they just make that extra money because it was slow because of the snow anyway.
Did you see how much the bottle of water was?
How much was the bottle of water?
Oh, you didn't see it?
I didn't look at it. They charged us for water?
Those 2 bottles of
No, they did. We didn't ask for that.
She said, do you want some water? And that's what she brought.
How much was the bottles of water?
$10 a piece.
They charge us $10 a piece for the same waters that we having in my studio?
The same water.
The Fijis?
We got here, yes.
They charge us $10 a piece for the Fijis?
Yes.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. And then them hoes had the nerve to be lazy up in that mug. I will say that one of them was extra spicy. She says, what'd she say? She said, you want to put your hand in it? I said, hell no. You ain't about to be giving me the, I said, you're not about to be giving me the 2-for-1 package that they got down in Houston. Yeah. Yeah. Your car says I feel like the only guy who doesn't go to strip clubs. Nah, we don't go. The last time that we actually went to a strip club was before the pandemic. And we went because it was like a birthday party. But usually what we'll do is, even if when we did used to go, we would mainly go for like the lamb chops, because man, I'm telling you, they had the best lamb chops ever. We usually go for like the lamb chops or whatever, but like it's not a normal occurrence. It was more like ain't nothing happening. I gotta kill some time before after hours. I wonder what it's like. Is it still crazy up in there, or is it still wild or whatever? So let's just go see. We got to go get something to eat anyway. And so we wound up just going ahead and getting something to eat. And so them hoes be in there looking thirsty, begging, looking desperate. So I'm like, hey, why not get a couple bands, make some fun, have some fun, see what's happening or whatever. So, all of that. And the next thing you know, I start putting on my investigative hat. I started putting on my investigative hat. And my investigator hat started looking at all of the ways that they skimming. When I see things, I see it based off of the finances. Travis Slay said, put your hand in what? Put my hand in the box. So when I bust open the bands, because okay, so here's the finesse. So when you go up, right, and let's say you go get the money, them hoes can smell money. They can smell money. I'm telling you. So you go up, you get the racks, and so now I'm walking back with a whole stack like this, right? Because I got two bands worth of ones. Really, it's 1,800 because they finessing a nigga, right? So I got two bands worth of ones. They look like it's 18. I mean, it's two bands, but it's really 1,800. So you walking away with the bands, and so before I even get back to the table, because we had already ordered the food, first of all, it's a girl over there talking to Rita, talking about, why he ain't tipped me? Because what did she say?
She was here before we got the money.
I was here before you went and got the singles. I was trying to get at you before you got the singles. But before I get over to the table, I see the chick up on the stage. So I go up there and I throw her some money or whatever. And then I go over there, and then the one over there begging. Rita don't know how to say no because we don't want her because she don't look that good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, hey, shoot her away.
I know how to say no.
No, you don't. This chick is so nice. First of all, she gonna tell me don't make eye contact with that one because she busted. Anton, don't make eye contact with her because the last because they come over to the table and they start shaking something. You know what I'm saying? And they start all of them. They smell money because you got this nigga over there in the construction Timbs. You know what I'm saying? This nigga over there dressed up, but he ain't got no money, and he over there with $5 in his hand trying to figure out how he gonna make it rain. You know what I'm saying? And then I walk in there with all of the money and all of that. They see you. They see you on the camera. I could see the camera in the back. See, my investigative lens is working. They see what you drive up in on the camera. I tipped the valet guy like $100 just to keep me in the front. They know, and they know. And then some people probably recognize me, whatever, so on and so forth. So they know where the money is. One of them's probably seen my wrist. Next thing you know, you see all of these rats coming out. Rita like, hey, don't make eye contact with that one or that one because those look like they busted. Them hoes look like crazy. So I'm like, all right, cool. So then I get back to the table. She giving this hoe some sympathy money because she keep trying to make conversation talking about I've been here since 3:00. Like, oh, this ain't no charity. You know what I'm saying? So then I go back up to the pole, you know what I'm saying? Because they got two poles, they got a whole stage. And so I get a little, the little girl or whatever. Rita said she should have got some contacts because she was up there with glasses on. So, yo, I'm going to wear my Ray-Bans in there.
That would be good.
I'm going to wear my Ray-Bans in there the next time that I go there, and it's going to be hilarious. I'm going to do a whole vlog in there. So then I go up there and I, throw a little bit on her, making it rain. And then all of her friends is looking. They start getting curious. Yeah. She said, oh, she pulled her G-string back. She said, you can put your hand in it if you want to. I was like, it's time to go. It's time to go. Ain't about to have my hand smelling like Badussy. It's time to go. It's time to go. I'm out of here. Next thing you know, I see a bunch of girls. I said, Rita, come on, let's go. Where's my keys at? I had to go back, double check. I almost left one of my phones there. I said, I'm getting out of here. Get the valet guy, get up here, give me my car. I'm going home. So we got out of there, went home, and tales from after hours. Tales from after hours. Rita gave that hoe like $18.
No, it was like 8.
You gave her like 18. You grabbed a bunch of. You didn't count that junk. You gave that whole like $18. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, yo, my life is crazy.